How do you think the Steelers will do this year? I'm guessing there's a fair number of you who are not sound enough of mind or astute enough to have this question mean a great deal to you. I'm hoping that at least some of you, nevertheless, will tune in and give a listen. I do know this, that Steeler Nation is well populated. And so there may be any number of folks who are citizens of Steeler Nation, as I am, who are interested not only in how the Steelers will do this year, but what another citizen might think. Here's the thing. I have pretty much, for the last 30 years or so, generally begun each season with a prediction that the Steelers will probably go 11-5. And over the course of those 30 years, I think that they have varied from that no more than 3 games. That is, I think our worst record during that time frame was 8-8, and our best record was 15-1. I guess that's 4 off, but that's a good way to be off when you're 15-1. So, generally, that's where I think we're going to end up. And generally, I'm pretty on target is what I'm trying to suggest. And generally, I'm going to say that again, though this year, we've added a new regular season game. So there's going to be 17 games. And I'm going to go with 11-6. And I'm going to go with at least 1 playoff victory. I will tell you, as a loyal citizen of Steeler Nation, that anything less than being in the playoffs is a disappointing season. I don't want to say that I'm satisfied with anything short of a Super Bowl victory, which, by the way, no one has more than the Steelers do, 6 of them. But nevertheless, when we make it into the playoffs, I can't complain. I think that's being greedy and selfish. So I do believe we're going to make it into the playoffs. The next step is, are we going to make it deeper into the playoffs than the first round? And I think we're going to. And I think we have a genuine shot at winning the Super Bowl. We have spent the last 6 months doing football in our imaginations, and that includes me. It includes every other pundit, and I'm certainly willing to confess that there are pundits who have more information than I have, and that have more capacity and ability to make such assessments. That's how lines are made in Las Vegas. But I also know that nobody knows. Nobody knows for sure. Here's something I saw on Twitter. It was the most beautiful idea. Some of you may know this, some of you may not, but the Steelers had a very successful year under Big Ben, his first year, and we exited the playoffs after a loss in the AFC Championship game. Our offensive star at that point was Jerome Bettis, the bus, our running back, and he was all set to retire. But Big Ben, who that year was a rookie, went to him and said, "Look, I want you to come back for one more ride. And my hope is that after every playoff game, I'll be able to give you a game ball. And at the end of this, you'll be able to lift up the Super Bowl trophy." Well, that not only happened, but it happened in Jerome Bettis' own hometown, as the Super Bowl that year was played in Detroit. And the Steelers had to win 3 of their last 4 games to make it into the playoffs as the lowest seeded team in the playoffs. They had to play away games 3 times in a row, won those games, and then went in and won the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. So, now it's Ben's turn. Some say Ben's washed up. I'm thinking that this is his last ride. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be something if a young rookie, Najee Harris, was saying to Ben, "Let's go one more time, and let's get into those playoffs, and I'm going to give you a game ball at the end of every game, and at the end, maybe you'll get to lift up your 3rd Super Bowl trophy." That's my hope. I think that's a great story. Don't you? Wouldn't that be wonderful? So, I'm rooting them on. I'm cheering for them. There's no apologizing for that. I may have to eat my words, but I will love them whatever happens.